Hi everyone, this is Kara Phillips, life coach at Living Rhythm and Joy. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about philosophy, I guess, versus a specific self-care technique. So what I'm thinking about is how important it is to get whatever it is that is bottled up inside that you're sitting with, getting it out of your body, out into the world. So um, it benefits you in so many ways, and in particular, I guess what I wanted to talk about is um, when you have something um, that you're keeping bottled up inside, whether it's thoughts that are going around in your head or feelings that are sort of festering inside, you know, they can feel really sort of scary and big and mean, and we want to keep them inside because we're embarrassed about them or whatever the situation is, or we're afraid of what might happen if we talk about it, or what people will think of us. And I guess I just want to tell you guys that when you do talk about it or let it out in some way, that's exactly um, how you gain some control over it, right? So the more you keep things inside and hidden from everybody else, the more power that they have. The more it can control your life and your actions and your moods. But if you let it out, it doesn't hold that same kind of power anymore. It feels really scary when it's inside of you to share it with anybody else or just get it out in the world, but it's really so good for you. And sometimes, a great thing to do is to talk to somebody, a friend or a loved one. And sometimes we just aren't ready to do that. Um, Either we're not ready, or we don't have that person available, or whatever the case may be. And so sometimes talking feels a little bit too scary to us to get those things out. Um, Last week we talked about journaling, and that's another great way to get whatever it is that's inside out of your body and out into the world. And I know that even that is hard sometimes for people to pick up a pen and paper and write, or get on their computer and type their feelings out. Sometimes that's a little bit too much even too. But the benefit of getting it out is so great. And so I guess I would just challenge you to, if you're holding something in and you are not ready to share words and get it out, there are other ways that you can sort of express yourself that will help get those things out into the world a little bit too. So maybe you can write a story or poetry, or maybe you write a song, or maybe you draw a picture or color or paint or some sort of creative outlet. And the thing is that it doesn't matter if you're any good at it or not, because that's not the point, and it just doesn't matter. And you can choose to share these things with other people or not. But the mere fact, the mere activity of taking the feelings that are inside and getting them out, like they flow like right out through your fingers, getting it out into the world releases its power over you, so that you are more able to deal with it. You can think a little bit more clearly. It takes away so much of that anticipatory fear when you let it out into the world. And sometimes, they're just feelings and there's not words associated with them. So that's another way that artistic creativity can really come into play. Um, maybe maybe you even just have, like your kids' stuffed animals or some of your own stuffed animals from when you were younger or something that you can even just play with. But that kind of expression will really help get the icky out into the world and release its power and allow you to process and start moving on from there. So I just would challenge everybody out there to, if talking or writing feels like too much, but you've got stuff inside that needs to get out, try a different sort of creative outlet to do that. And if you are still struggling, or if you are doing that but you still need some help sort of processing and getting through stuff, please contact me, because I'm here to help with that kind of effort. So anyway, have a good rest of your day, and I will be back again next week. Bye.